Hey, good evening, everybody. Welcome to ET Drone Home Gaming and our broadcast tonight for the Tyler Daniels Racing Next Gen Cup Series here at Talladega Super Speedway. Josh Kelleher up in the booth with us. As always, Josh, what's up? How's it going?
What's going on, Ethan? Sorry if I sound a little stuffy. I'm battling a little bit of that COVID over here, but I'm not going to let it get me down. Ready for the action here at Talladega Super Speedway with the Tyler Daniels Next Gen Racing Week. It's going to be so much fun. Looking forward to it. Been cooped up in my bed, and now I got some energy, so I can't wait to exert some tonight.
Well, I definitely think that it's going to be exciting as always with any super speedway. You're going to have guys that are uh, just going to be aggressive, guys that are going to probably take it easy, and just be interesting to see how many cautions we get tonight, how many big ones we have, or if we have any. I'm sure we will have at least one big one, and who's able to survive it at the end and find victory lane.
Oh, yeah, no doubt about that. We're definitely going to see a lot of people fighting to get to the front, and we'll be seeing a lot of people fighting to get to the back. A lot of things that we do see in super speedway racing is a lot of people don't like to be up there in the front or in the middle of the pack. They like to ride it out in the back and keep an eye on what's going out and in front of them. So we'll see a lot of that going on. People fighting to the front, people fighting to get to the back. So it's going to be interesting. We've got practice laps going on. Everybody getting a feel for each other out there tonight.
How much do you really think you can learn in these practice sessions? I mean, at this point, I feel like these guys are just trying to, um, you know, get comfortable. I guess maybe in the draft, but uh, I mean, obviously, any kind of fast lap time isn't very important when it comes to Talladega. It's just a matter of track position for the most part, more than it is on raw speed.
I think at any point, any practice laps that you can take and run in, you're going to learn who you can run with, who may be dancing around a little bit out there, who can hold that line, who can be pushed through the corners, who can't be pushed through the corners, and who could be the pusher. So I think practice laps can be a little bit of importance where you're going to learn who you can run with and who you may not be able to run with. Even though you may run with them week after week, track conditions do change. Therefore, it may throw your game off a little bit.
Yeah, when it's go time, and we get close to the end, I think you're definitely gonna want to have a decent idea of who you're comfortable with, and if you've got to get to the front, who can help you get there.
Welcome everybody to the weigh-in on ET Drone Home Gaming. I can't get my words together. I got to use my big boy words today. Happy to have you out there in YouTube land. Make sure you hit the subscribe and share, like the channel. Tell your friends. Tell your mom. Speaking of mom, hi Mrs. Daniels. Hope you're having a good weekend. the Parts America car mowing the lawn a little bit during practice there. I don't think the infield groundkeepers are going to be too happy about that. 07 going for a little bit of wild ride. I do like his Pink Floyd paint scheme. Another good turnout tonight so far for practice.
And currently 27 entries so far. We tend to see a bigger a bigger field at super speedways. Is in certain ways it doesn't take the same skill level as others. I mean, anyone that's familiar with super speedway racing, you know, if you're the saying, if you're in it, you can win it. It's not as difficult. You don't have to save tires at a track like Talladega. You know, you're pretty much not having to worry about hitting your line lap after lap after lap, where that becomes something that some people are more skilled at than others. So people come in and you know, if they don't normally feel like they have a shot to win, they come and race super speedway because of that exact reason. Say, you know what, I may not be good enough to win these other races, but I got a shot if I show up here.
Absolutely. Super speedway, a little bit about skill, a lot of bit about luck, I think. Especially at Talladega, you're going to see a lot of 3 wide, I think, once we drop the green flag here. It's wide enough to go 3. I wouldn't be surprised if they start pushing that envelope a few laps in.
Yeah, I would definitely say that I think there's a little bit more luck involved than there is skill. I think you got to use the skill and to get where you need to be at the end, but then you've got to have the luck to not get caught up in the wreck that's going to take you out from being able to have a chance.
Friends out in YouTube land saying hello. We have Jess saying hi, guys, and hello back to you, Jess. Dustin Valdhosen saying have a good broadcast, guys. Well, we thank you very much for that. Thanks for tuning it in.
Absolutely, definitely appreciate everyone that tunes in, especially our regulars week in and week out.
Everybody's staying warm. A little chilly out here. It wasn't so chilly today. I think just being sick, it made it a lot colder than it really was. Didn't want to have to go out today, but went on the old hunt for the display port cable. That was quite the scavenger hunt for me today.
Derek chiming in saying it looks like a good-sized pack, and it's been continuing to grow as we are up to 29 cars now.
Get a nice size field. Daniel DEP Poshlag says he's freezing. Yeah, he's right down the road from me here in Utah, so he knows, feels it. Derek's letting us know it's cold in Vermont. The high was 44 today. That's typical for this time around Vermont. At this time of the season, leaves are changing. The foliage in New England starting to take over the White Mountain area and the Appalachians, and starts to get a little bit brisk this time of year. I'm a summer boy, so I love the heat. I don't mind sweating a little bit as long as I'm warm. It's always easier to take a layer of clothing off. You start bundling up, you look like Ralphie's little brother in A Christmas Story. Sharon O'Neill tuning in. Hello, gentlemen. Well, hello to you, Sharon. Thank you so much for tuning in this evening. Taking a look at my feed again. A little bit of a skirmish there at pit road. It was actually quite funny. Wild rides going on everywhere during practice today. It's funny to see. Speaking of ever-growing field, it looks like we got a couple new faces in the field tonight. Good to see newcomers coming in. Running with Tyler Daniels Racing. You too can get in on the action. More than welcome. If you're in the iRacing field, reach out to any one of us. We'd be happy to help you. Get into the inclusive TDR family. Practice is winding up. We're going to get into some qualifying laps here.
The most exciting qualifying laps in NASCAR.
Agree. For a while they weren't doing it. Kind of upset me.
Pedal to the floor and turn left.
Absolutely. Pedal to the floor. A lot of people not wasting time. A lot of drivers hitting that track early. See if they can boast the best lap. And sit on P1. Who's it going to be tonight?
I'm going to guess Tyler Daniels. And if it's not Tyler, I'm going to think he's going to be in the top 3.
Look for a fan favorite.
Nah, I just say that because Tyler always does well in qualifying. See, Robert Trask is on track here, getting his laps in.
Posted in the YouTube channel here. Is there any fan favorites tonight? I'd love to know your favorites. Ethan would too. Who do you got going for tonight? You know, both my picks won today. I wanted Ross to win and Blaney to win the championship, and I got that, so I'm a happy NASCAR fan today.
I think you should have put a little wager on that one.
I was a betting man. I probably should have put a couple bucks down. Would have won a few. Would have been nice.
I think I'd say that the odds on that one probably would not have been very high.
No. Would have won some money.
Look at Les Benz currently in the top position.
I ran a 53.348. And not too far behind him was the 90 of Robert Cochran, 53.374. And we have the 17 of Robert Trask with a 53.389. But we still got a few more cars to go here if they do decide to qualify in the 10 minutes that they get here and their 2 laps. Dale Power in the 21 with a 53.401 puts him in the P5 at the moment. And we have the 49 of Ryan Walters holding up the 6th spot with a 53.411. David Brown just threw one down for a 53.412, holding the 7th spot. Bob Rulu, I see in the 66, threw down a 53.415. A couple more coming in, so a couple are moving around, pushing people out of that top 10 bubble. Sharon O'Neill saying Jim and Jay Downham are their picks. And then Daniel Pochlag, DEP paints, TDR favorites. Anyone with a DEP on the car, he said. Very close in the top 8 so far. Not only about 0.5 of a second separating those drivers. Very, very tight race on the qualifying runs. I see the 78, Brian Boyd. Looks like he's going out to start taking his qualifying laps. The 68, Les Benz still holding that P1 spot. Rob Cochran keeping that number 2 spot. Dale Weiser, number 30, has moved into the 3rd qualifying spot. Right now, I see 4th spots going to Ty Bostic, number 22. Robert Trask of the number 17, holding the 5th spot. Number 74 is holding the P6. Christopher Jordan threw down a good qualifying lap there. Looks like Tracy Wooten's coming up with the 7th spot at the moment. Dale Power in the 21 in the 8th. Ryan Walters has been moved down to the 9th. David Brown has moved up to the 10th spot. So very interesting top 10 so far. Moving Tracy Wooten down a spot. Brian Boyd in the 78 takes the P7 with a 53.397. So there's a bunch of TDR teammates up in the top. There's a bunch of DEP racing up in the top. It's going to get very interesting, I hear, to say the least. Just about 2 minutes to go here in qualifying. I think Dustin Scruggs in the 11, taking his Ford Mustang out.
It's like some of these are really cutting it down to the end here, trying to get these laps in before they run out of time. See if Chuck gets
Oh,
back to the line in time here.
so with a minute to go, you have time for at least one lap if you're already coming down the backstretch. If you're just leaving now, you don't have enough time. Sorry, folks.
Chuck improved just a little bit, goes up to 20th. We've got Robert Edgerton out right now, but I don't think that he's going to
Not have enough time.
get a time posted because he just now came to start his first lap. And he did not
Did not have enough time.
have enough time to get.
They'll be gridding up here.
So tonight's race info.
See that info.
Here at Talladega. It is a 2.65 mile oval configuration track. Uh, D-shaped oval, that is, and it's 104 degrees Fahrenheit for the track temperature, 82 degrees Fahrenheit air temperature. We got a 90 lap race. Fuel window is going to be somewhere around 34 to 37 laps, and the pit road speed 55 miles an hour. Unlimited sets of tires for everybody in the pits, and everyone will also be allotted one fast repair for this race. And
One car on the trailer, the backup car you can bring out.
go ahead and take a look at the grid for this race. We got Dustin Scruggs that was able to capture the pole, gets a bonus point for that. Les
Squeaked on
Bentz.
by. Yeah, he squeaked by.
Um, Les Bentz second on the charts. Robert Cochran third, Dale Weiser in fourth, Ty Bostic in fifth, Robert Trask sixth, Chris Jordan seventh, Brian Boyd eighth, Tracy Wooten ninth, Dale Power 10th, Ryan Walter in 11th, David Brown in the 12th position. Then we have Bob Burlew 13th, Devin Zimmerman 14th, Dana Shepard 15th, Bill Kirkstra 16th, Tyler Daniels 17th, Jay Downham 18th, Jim Downham in 19th, Chuck McDonald 20th, Andrew Bisnett 21st, Jeremy Gaiman in the 22nd position, Adam Ritchie in 23rd, Will Weiser 24th. Then we'll have Dustin Veldhusen in the 25th position, David Trumbull 26th, Robert Edgerton 27th, Greg Langford 28th, Paul Valsberg 29th, and Jonathan Vanderberg will round out the field in 30th.
It's definitely a full field tonight. It's going to be some action in the front of the pack. There's going to be action in the back of the pack. It's going to be an exciting race.
Derek, there is one stage, um, and that is at the halfway mark. So the leader at the halfway mark will receive the win for that, and the top 10 will receive points. We will not stop for a yellow at the stage break, but those in the top 10 will be documented and receive points at that point. So when we complete lap 45, start lap 46, that'll be the completion of the one and only stage. I guess
About to go
technically
green
you could
flag.
consider that two stages, but uh, I end up calling it that way. But yeah, we are green, and we've got. Looks like Les did not get going very well on that outside line.
No, there was a whole hole up there on the outside line. Everybody did check up. It seems like everybody's keeping it clean so far. A little bit of a gap in between
Looks like we're going to be 3 wide already.
Yeah, I kind of called that at the beginning. I didn't think they were going to take too long to start shooting that gap. And they are going to do it. They are going to start right off the bat. So far, one lap down. Everybody's keeping it pretty clean. Giving everybody's getting each other room out there.
Dustin able to stay out front. Robert Cochran and Ty Bostic. Oh, and we've got a wreck between Brian
Oh,
Boyd
big
and
one.
Ty Bostic.
Oh, that's that right off there.
We're
A
having
lot of cars collected.
the big one right off the bat.
A lot of cars involved in that one.
We'll rewind this just a little bit here.
Yeah, it looks like the 66 was involved. The 21 was involved.
And let's see if we can't get a
04 might have been involved.
different angle here. And to me, it just kind of looked like uh, Brian got up to the rear of Ty Bostic really quicker than he was expecting. And at that point, he started to move to the outside, and it looked like maybe it upset Ty's car. Ty got a little bit loose and came back across the nose of Brian. Doesn't look like any fault of any particular driver. It's just a unfortunate
Right.
situation.
Yeah,
At
looks
least
like
that's
that was
what
a
it
very
looks like from the perspective that I see at this moment. But that obviously just tore up a ton of cars already right off the bat.
yeah, the 27 involved, the 21 involved, the 66.
And if we
Oh yeah, a lot of cars.
if we go back one more time, I think a good way to be able to tell for sure here is if we ride along with Brian in his cockpit, give us a good idea.
Yeah, that replay will definitely give us a better look to see what happened.
Yeah, the only it's and he just got tagged by just about anybody and everybody throughout that whole course. So
Yeah, it was
unfortunate for
after that.
Brian. I imagine he'll be using his fast repair already, unless he can try to fix as much as he can. I know it's really early. If he can avoid it, that would be in his best interest if he can. But we'll just have to see what he does.
Yeah, there's a lot of action on pit road as well, so it'll be interesting seeing. It's hard to call it all, but there's a lot of action, a lot of fast repairs, a lot of optional repairs. Looks like it's going on.
And that car's looking pretty clean. So I'm thinking that Brian took his fast repair.
Yeah, it looks like
I
he's
don't
down and
know.
away.
I mean, obviously, we know that he got tagged by a lot of cars, so it'd be safe to assume that he had a fair amount of damage, but don't know exactly how much that he had.
A lot of cars are exiting pit road, so some people may have had to expend and use those fast repairs and get those backup cars off the haulers as soon as they could. That will put Dustin Scruggs in the lead with Robert Cochran, second place in that number 90 machine. Starting behind Dustin on this restart will be the 30 of Dale Weiser. Yeah, starting on the outside of him will be Chris Jordan, the 74. This will be an interesting restart. That was our first caution of this race.
Definitely wasn't expecting to see one
That
like that
quickly?
that quick.
Yeah, neither did I. That's the thing is something like that at these super speedways. If it happens up in where the leaders are, up in the front of that pack, there's really nowhere anybody to go after that. It's all up to the spotters to tell everybody slow down where everybody is, and it makes for a tough race if you get into it for the rest of the races. If you have to use a fast repair now, you definitely need to be a little bit more ginger, if you will, in the rest of your race and this many laps in, or the lack of being this many laps in, it could definitely change your course of your race if you had to burn one of those fast repairs early.
I think you'll see a lot of guys hang out in the back now, especially ones that took fast repairs, and they'll just be hanging out for quite a while.
One of our fans out in the YouTube land, Lahoma Randall, saying hello, everyone. Welcome, Lahoma. Hope everybody down there in that area is doing amazing. And then we have This Is Dad. We love him saying number 51, let's go. All right, let's go, number 51. And we have Janelle Veldhusen saying good evening. Good evening, Janelle. How are you? And a few comments about the wreck. Yeah, whoa, was right. What a mess. There, that couple people were saying, "Whoa, what a mess," and "Oh wow," and so they're definitely paying attention as we're about to go back green flag racing. As the 11 car will take them down to the green flag, take about a lap or so to get these cars up to full speed, but once they get going, they'll be roaring.
Looks like once again the outside line didn't do the greatest job at getting going, and a lot of the guys that were in the outside line have moved to the bottom, joined that inside line.
I think everybody will be taking it easy from here on out. They're probably not going to go 3 wide so quickly, but hey, I could be wrong. They could want to get to the lead as quick as they can, be out in the clean air, and um, let the wrecks happen behind them. So not a bad idea if that's what they're trying to do. There's a lead pack has broken away. We got 2 packs here after that restart.
Brian's certainly not taking it easy, sitting there third on the outside line.
Not too many cars jockeying position, which is okay. Looks like they're going to hold and keep their lines.
It's like Brian and Chris Jordan making a third groove around the top of the racetrack. Only 2 cars together formed right now at the moment with them, but it looks like they might have some takers that are going to go with them. It's like Paul Vosberg on the tail end of that 4-car train there around the top.
They're still trying to make it work up there. They're trying to keep that 3 wide. That top line can be very, very fast. If you're with the right people and you can get hooked up, you can make that top line work and make it really quick.
Yeah, you can see that they just weren't able to get it going, and they've fallen back quite a bit.
Looks like that rear pack has decided probably go a little single file. Get a charge going to the front. It may help them a little bit if they get a little bit more organized. We got 2 different packs of action going on here. We have the lead pack, and then not too far back, we have the second pack, who's trying to form into a single line to get momentum to catch that lead pack, who's 2 to 3 wide. So what would happen is if they do all get single file, they do have potential of catching that lead pack. But they just got to be able to work together, hold it together, and then be able to catch them. And they will be able to make that run down on them. Right now, it looks like they're trying to make that work.
It is a lot of cars back here, so you know, if they're able to do it, the problem right now is that for the most part, that front pack is relatively single file right now as well. As if we come here, you can see, you know, there's Brian Boyd right there was the only car that kind of wasn't in line at the moment, but he's fallen in line now, and now the whole front pack is single file. There's some gaps in there, but with the way that they're running right now, it's going to be really hard for that other pack to catch them. But one thing we know is that we won't go green the rest of the way through this race.
Oh no, that's for sure.
So
We'll definitely another yellow or so.
The field will get bunched back up eventually.
Yeah, right now, I guess patience would be the name of the game for a lot of these guys because I'm sure a bunch are frustrated because of that the early big one that happened. So a lot of these guys may be frustrated, so they're gonna have to learn, calm down, get your bearings, get the car back into momentum, get yourself back into your momentum, and then just have patience. You'll get back up there. So a bunch of them are probably breathing after that one.
4
But you
cars
are right.
looking there to possibly go to the outside. 3 cars now.
We take a live look in at Devin Zimmerman as well. Concentrated, gripping that steering wheel.
Got the nose cam going right now for Paul Valsberg. Give some love to Paul. He's got the ET Drone Home Gaming paint scheme.
Like that blue. That's a pretty blue. Mad props, Paul Vosberg. ET Drone Home Gaming paint scheme. Thank you very much for that as well. Looking quickly through the running order, we still have 11 and Dustin Scruggs leading the field. Dale Weiser, the double O, holding the third spot. 33, Devin Zimmerman. P4, P5 jumped down him. 6, 78, Brian Boyd. New face here at TBR. 7th spot, number 44, Dana Shepard. 8th, Les Bentz, number 68. 9th, Paul Boxberg, 51. 10th, David Trumley. So they're holding their positions for the moment. Going to take these green flag laps to get some laps down and start thinking about their hitting strategies.
Ty Bostic, from his perspective back here in 17th, he was our race winner last week at Texas. First time TDR winner.
Bottom line's still pretty good single file. They're keeping a good little distance in between them, but that top line keeps getting a run, but they don't quite have the momentum because that bottom line does have some more cars, but they are side drafting pretty well, so they are keeping up with that lead draft on the outside.
And with these guys running, a little bit more side by side, it's going to help that second pack.
Gain that momentum, yeah. And you need that. If this goes some green flags here without any yellows, that you'll need that momentum to try to catch that lead pack if you want a shot.
Try to give you everyone a somewhat of a perspective as how far away the pack is. That second pack from the front pack. As you can see here from this view, the second pack is not within uh, within range to even be within this camera angle. So it's a decent ways away. But if we hop on back to the first car in that backpack, which, if I'm not mistaken, oh, we actually have two cars together. Greg Langford and Chris Jordan in between the two packs. But then you got to go even further back here to where you can finally find that second pack.
Yeah, where you'll see the lead pack. We got the yellows out. The yellows out. It looks like Jim Downham.
Looks like a Tyler Daniels, Bill Kirkstra, Dana Shepard appear to be the ones that were involved here. Oh no, that's my mistake. I apologize. I'm looking at the previous incident. See if we can figure out what happened here. Dana Shepard was involved. There goes Jim Downham. Paul Vosberg appeared to be involved in that to an extent, but as far as what exactly happened here is our next question. Try to get a idea from this angle. Up above, Jim Downham appears that he gets into the right rear of Devin, turns him into Dana. Paul runs into the back of Devin as well, and then gets a little bit of a bump from David Tremblay from behind as well. And that's what brought out our yellow.
It looks like the 51 and the 44 just were victims of circumstance on that one. They got ran into. They had nowhere to go. It happened so quickly. Hopefully, it's not too much damage. They can get some sort of repairs done. Throw some tape over there. Bash it down with some hammers. Get that thing back out there and race. Of action. It looks like everybody's coming down. They're going to get some fuel. I didn't see too many. I saw a couple cars. Did take some tires. So there'll be a lot of different pitting strategies going from here on forward. Some people opted to take tires. Some people opted not to take the tires. No, everybody opted to take the fuel.
I think Brian Boyd and Robert Edgerton stayed out. There's going to be your front row once we go back green.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to be holding up the first two on the inside and outside. Then you'll have Dustin Struggs and Dale Weiser, the double O, Les Benz and Andrew Bisnett, Ryan Walters in P8, Adam Ritchie in 9, on the restart, 17 of Robert Trask will be in the 10th. So a lot of movers and shakers. Got a couple more takers going down pit road to make sure they were topped off with Sunoco Racing fuel. And not sure if anybody opted to take tires on those last few pit stops. I think those were a couple people that were involved in the wreck, maybe taking some optionals. Time allotted while the field is pacing around the pace car and give them some more time to go in and take some optional repairs if they haven't decided to use their fast repair, if they're going to hold on to that for just a little bit longer. I would hold on to it a little bit longer if I didn't need to use my optionals, especially at a place like Talladega. Everybody's running so close.
Pace car on pit road as we approach the restart zone. Brian takes off as soon as he hits that box. Pulls way out in front. Oh, we got cars spinning on the backstretch. Looks like Ty Bostic, maybe Dale Power. Ty just gets into the left rear, and around goes Dale. Brian Boyd's going down this time. Looks like he'll,
Oh,
uh,
he
he'll,
stayed out
uh,
last.
he's
Yeah.
he's probably gonna lose a lot of track position because so many cars pit last time.
No.
It's gonna hand the lead back over to Dustin Scruggs.
Was a few only for him. Sounds like the Ryan Walters gets a lucky dog, so he'll be able to get his lap back in that 49 Camaro. That would be our third caution of the evening, I believe that was.
Yes, that would be correct.
We have 25 laps and 90 down here, so I guess me saying earlier everybody's going to settle down a little bit after that first big one, Ed. There's not too much settling down. Everybody's trying to get to the front. I don't blame them. Clean air up there. But in order to get there, you have to go through a whole bunch of other cars. So that's where patience is key. We're going to get stacked up and set ready for another restart. Drop the green flag at Talladega Super Speedway. Been eventful so far. Action all over the track, even though with a couple different packs, there's been action all over the track. As they're getting all double file, stacked back up. Lights are off on the pace car. That means we're going to be going green flag racing really soon.
Hopefully this time we'll get a fair amount of laps in before we see another caution.
A good green flag run would be nice, yeah. I bet you a lot of these drivers are hoping for the same thing. Like, everybody, please hold it together up there. We don't need you wrecking on us now. Uh, a lot of people at home are feeling the same way. Let's get some green flags and I want to see some action. I was doing race advertising. I have to tell me, maybe you might want to think about going 3 wide for a little while. Let's stay 2 wide for a little while until like maybe the end of the race. I'm all for 3 wide racing. Absolutely. I love 3 wide racing, but not for 90 laps. It tends to give me a little bit of anxiety, if you will. You're trying to really hold it together, especially if you're in that middle line. That middle line's tough to hold sometimes when you have 2 cars on either side of you racing at the same speed. That pace car is down, heading to the Geico restart zone, and we are going to go green flag racing. There it is, folks. Green flag is back out. We're going back racing here at Talladega Super Speedway, Tyler Daniels Racing League, Next Gen Series. And so far, everybody is keeping it double file. I think it's a very smart thing to do.
I know it's going to shock you, but the Wisers are nose to tail right now on that outside line.
I mean, to me, it's no shocker that you know they work together well. They're very fast. They're very competitive. So it doesn't shock me that they are nose to tail and working their way right to the front. A lot of people are, you know, people try to work together to get to that front. That's the safest place to be at these races are up in the flow. You know, I'll be able to take that back a little bit, but sometimes the safest place to be, I believe, is out there in the front. A lot of the wrecks happen behind you. That's where you want to keep them, is behind you. If it happens up in the lead, man, there's just nowhere to go. It's nerve-wracking. So far, we're not pushing the envelope too much again. We're keeping it double file. That bottom line's got that momentum, but once that top line gets formed up, they're going to start pushing to the front.
Adam Ritchie has made his way up to the front there on the outside line. We haven't talked about him yet today.
Get him with the number 2 running the 3rd spot. Good for you, Adam. Getting it done up there to get up there into the lead pack. Stay away from most of that danger. But that top line, they're definitely getting formed up now. They'll start getting some momentum. You can't push the people in front of you. You don't want to do it too long because your temperatures start getting up. And you have to find some clean air, cool that engine out. You don't want to go overheating here. Blow your engine quick, fast, in a hurry. You can cause a wreck behind you. I almost want to think they heeded my warning, so let's keep it double file for a while. That thing car was 30 laps down out of 90. About a third of the way done here. Really quick 2-wide racing here. Love seeing that. Everybody feels a little bit more comfortable, I think, 2-wide than they do 3-wide. They're getting their groove on out there, as I say that.
They got some guys going to
As
that
I say
outside
that,
line.
yeah. Pull on the outside line. Looks like you can get a run, trying to get a run around the 55. I don't think he's going to get too much push there. So going by, cut down low. Y'all can go on by. One car in the middle doesn't know which way to go. Looks like they got it sorted out a little bit. The other car wants to pull out the 3rd line and say, come with me, but it doesn't look like anybody's going to go with him, so he's just going to go ahead and fall back in line. Front pack, the lead pack has 22 cars. And so we got position 1 through 22 in that first pack. About, let's say, half a backstretch back. We'd start the 23rd place and on back. So we do got 2-pack racing here again. 21 got a little loose and wiggled out of line.
That outside line is starting to get a little bit more organized for sure, as you can see from them moving closer and closer to the front now.
Yeah, the bottom line in past has been the quickest line, but over the past few months, a lot of these super speedways, it seems like the faster line is that high line, that top line. Sorry about that. I had to go step away for just a moment, folks. And Ethan, the dogs had started barking, so I didn't want that to come through over the broadcast. My apologies, but we still are two wide racing here. Everybody's trying to keep it clean and smooth, not trying to ruffle too many feathers. Still have a lot of laps to go. 35 laps coming up on 10 more laps will be the stage. We don't actually stop for the stages, but we will award points for that stage break. But that won't come to lap 45, as we just made lap 35 of the 90 laps. Walter's trying to make his move back up to the front too. He's usually a very strong contender in these super speedway races. Yeah, Brian Boyd, the 78, hot up the trail of the double O. Right behind that would be the 30 of Dale Weiser. There's a lot of action going on everywhere on the speedway right now. That front pack happens to say double wide here, picking up the 2 lanes. Nobody wants to push that 3rd lane envelope anymore. I think they've seen too many cautions from that. But the boys, I don't think them boys had enough.
Ride along with Jim here, and gives you a good perspective on just exactly what he's seeing when he's in the heat of the pack, and it's just there's not really anywhere for him to go, and you can hear him cracking the throttle a lot. So to me, I think he's just he's content where he's hanging out at right now. He's not pushing the issue at all. Just gonna ride it out and see where things take him.
Nice, cool, and comfortable. It's the way to be at these super speedway races, not like a short track race. I'm not saying that super speedway isn't high energy, but again, patience, being cool and calm, especially at these speeds. You gotta have quick reaction. So it's the way to be, I think. I honestly think it's the way to be. Makes his hometown of Ocean City, New Jersey. Nice little comfortable setup it looks like he's got there. Nice and peaceful couch in the back if anybody wants to watch him.
Yeah, if you want a better perspective, then we can give you through his webcam. You just got to head on over there and pop a squat on the couch.
Yep. That's definitely a bird's eye. We got a takeover for the lead, the 78. Brian Boyd got around the double O. Take over that top spot. 30 Dale Line is pulling up that third position. Richie in the fourth, 11th, Dustin Scruggs. David Trumley running the sixth. Ryan Walters seventh now. Still some tight racing going on up there. There's not that much time that separates the 78. Brian Boyd, 28th. Jim Downham is running the 20th spot. It's only less than a second between those. So they are flying around this track. $40 laps down on the 90. They're going to look around the tracks. 3 little different packs. Seven decides he was going to, wasn't sure which line he was going to take. He's like, oh, okay, I think I'll stay up here on the hot side. So he's going to, Seven will stay up there. Greg Langford's going to take the high line.
Oh, we've got a wreck in the back.
There yellow's out. Was it the backpack?
It was the tail end of the front pack.
Oh, man.
Devin Zimmerman was involved in this one. So you'll see Devin Zimmerman is on the outside line there behind that bright blue car of Bob Burlew. Looks like he gets tangled up with Greg Langford. Pretty hard hit there to the inside wall. Not sure how much damage he's got, but we know that he was in a wreck earlier as well. So, and it looks like he's struggling to drive that car.
Oh, a couple hard hits, too.
Looks like his wheel is straight, so that's a positive. keep an eye on Devin.
Listening to some of the radio chatter, you got some apologies coming out here. People checking out on some kind of damage they had.
And he still had a fast repair. So Devin's got a brand new car. Go back out there with.
Good. I'm sure he'll feel a little bit better. A little bit more confident. He has to be a little bit more ginger halfway. That last time by was the way mark. So a lot of those guys that have already used the fast repair will definitely have to keep that in the back of their mind for the rest of this race because we still got a whole lot of action to go. Many laps. It's gonna be that'd be weighing on my mind if I had to use one already. Oh man, listen to the radio chatter. Sounds like unsafe hit exit for the 78 of Brian Boyd.
You can see him there on the apron, letting everybody go by for that penalty.
Yeah, here's the drop to the end, so he'll have to drop to the end. But it sounded like he sounded pretty confident that he's going to fight his way back up through the field. So there's still 45 laps to go. I wouldn't doubt that's something he can't do. So that will put the 09 of Jeremy Gaiman in the lead. I believe if I'm reading that correctly. One moment. Yep, Jeremy Gaiman. With Brian dropping back, it looks like I would see Adam Ritchie in the second spot, Andrew Bisnet in the third, and the double O would hold up the fourth after that.
And what's going to be interesting is that when they take the green flag next time by, if I'm not mistaken here, they're going to be taking the green flag next time by. That's going to be the end of the stage. So Jeremy Gaiman will get the stage win. And as far as the top 10, it's going to be who gets the better restarts to determine the top 10 for the end of the one and only stage.
Who is still connected? I do see everybody. I believe everybody's still on the lead lap. So. Yeah, looks like that. By looking at everything that I've seen here on my end, it looks like everybody is still on the lead lap. There's only 2 cars not in the race anymore. So by looking at the tower, everybody's still fighting because they are all on the lead lap. So it can still be anybody's race tonight. Lights are off on the pace car. Ducks down. We're going green flag racing as they enter the Geico restart zone. And we'll go back green flag racing.
And I was mistaken on the lap number. So the stage was awarded to Jeremy Gaiman the lap before, not when we just took the green flag, but the lap before. So it was awarded under yellow flag, but Jeremy still received the stage win.
Stage points are important. Absolutely important, especially when you're coming down to the playoffs and you're fighting for a championship in this season. Stage points can make or break a championship run. Everybody's keeping it cohesive so far. Seen a lot of wrecks tonight, so too many drivers out there want to see too many more. Yeah, they're continuing to keep it. They're too wide. They're really pushing the envelope for three. Top line is gaining momentum again. A little bit more organized in the bottom line. A little bit tighter front to nose. They'll be able to be a little bit more faster than the bottom
line. Ryan Walter in the second car in that top line. We haven't talked about him much tonight.
Was he involved in the first wreck and he had to fight his way back up, maybe?
Well, I know that he was in that second pack that was a long ways back, so it's the first time we've seen him up towards the front.
He's fighting, kicking and scratching anyway he can get to the top. Two lines at the top just flip-flopping back and forth. It goes from the double low leading to number 2 of Adam Ritchie leading. It's like the 11 and pull out and the apron. Dustin shrugs it.
That's interesting for sure.
Maybe it was a little too aggressive. He wanted to hold off. Maybe if he used the fast repair, he didn't want to have to be involved in a wreck, so he can make it through the race and have an option or a chance to go for it at the end. So could be a wise idea to fall him back and ride it out for a little while. 52 laps down of the 90, so we still have 38 laps to go. Still a long time. That top line is gaining a little bit more momentum. We're showing Adam Ritchie back in the lead. Ryan Walter in second. Low in third. That could change any second. So stay tuned. I want to give a shout out while we have a moment. Everybody's single file or double file here, sorted. To give a shout out to the mini race pack. All the kids watching the race. The kids love iRacing. Ethan, I'm telling you, they pick drivers and they watch it. They love it. They're forming new iRacing generations, and you don't even know it. I want to give a shout out to the mini race pack. Watching the race today. Wonder if they're sitting in their cardboard boxes that they made into race cars, pretending they're racing along with everybody here. Oh,
Oh,
we got a wreck. Looks like the 28, the 78 got into it a little bit together.
that's definitely where it got started.
Yeah, it looks like the 78 was deciding to go low, and then the 28 came down, and then everything just fell in behind.
You can see up ahead where Brian and Jim got together, and if we go ahead and we'll back it up here just a little bit so we can see exactly how that came to be. You know, Brian's there to the left of him, and it looks like Brian just gets into the bumper just a little bit, and then he moves to the left. And Jim may have came down just a little bit. Unfortunate for Andrew in that 69 car on the bottom.
Yeah.
And then you know, from that point, you just got all these other cars back here with
Just nowhere to go.
domino effect coming towards them.
Yeah, absolutely nowhere to go. Yeah, to me, it looks like the 78 was going to dip down underneath the 28 because he had a run and he was just going to take that middle line and go. And I'm not sure if the 28 thought of the same idea and it kind of turned him. Oh, you hate that. You see the 44 Dana Shepard hitting the wall hard. He's already been in one wreck tonight. Um, yeah, the 69, Andrew Busy Biznett, looks like he got involved in that too. You hate to see that for some of these guys.
Oh, we got Ty Bostic turned on pit road.
How did that happen?
Let's see if we can go back and see what happened there.
Oh, yeah, I just see that. I was kind of quickly on the replay, saw he got turned right into the wall.
See, he's riding alongside there with Robert Cochran. And he just tries to cut into his box. I think that he didn't realize that where his box was possibly, and tried to get there in front of Cochran, who was starting to turn over to his as well. He's still sitting there at the
Yeah,
moment, and I think he's just taking all of his optional repairs.
yeah, with such limited view, sometimes it's really hard to see where the cars are on pit road with your limited vision, and um, your spotter can't see what's going on. That can't happen. I hate to see it, but it does happen. I've been a victim of it myself many times, and I've learned, I've learned, and I've learned. You can only take those experiences and those mistakes and learn from them and try to get better so it doesn't happen again. sounds like the '04 Chuck McDonald may have a penalty, so he's got to let a whole bunch of cars go by him as well. October's over. We're getting into the holiday season. Ethan, what do you prefer? Do you prefer Thanksgiving over Christmas, or do you prefer Christmas over Thanksgiving?
I prefer Christmas over Thanksgiving, but I'm not one to rush to Christmas as soon as November gets here.
Okay, so that was going to be my next question was, have you thought out Mariah Carey yet, or is she still frozen in your playlist? I'm definitely a Christmas
Absolutely
guy.
not.
I'm definitely a Christmas guy through and through, but I don't like rushing it. Some of my family's crazy. Uh, all of my family's crazy, but they like to incorporate Christmas and Halloween together. So they started in Halloween time, and it just stays up all the way through Christmas. So you get almost 3 months of beautiful decorations. Some of my family members back in New England, but to each their own. If you like to throw them up right after Halloween, I like to wait until the day after Thanksgiving, or I've been trying to start a tradition of decorating Christmas on Thanksgiving, like after dinner or on Black Friday. After anybody wants to go shopping, I'm not a shopper. I don't go out. I stay home. I will not be out there for any of those sales.
I think decorating for Christmas too early just gets uh, Mother Nature confused that it's later into the year than it is, and just makes it colder sooner. So I
I'd have to
think the
agree with that.
cold weather that's where it's to blame. It's all the people decorating too early.
Got to wait till after Thanksgiving, folks. Sorry. Got to wait till after Thanksgiving. Well, the pace car, the lights are off. That means it's going to dip down on pit road, and we're going to go back green flag racing with 56 laps of 90 down in the Tyler Daniels Racing Next Gen Series. Tonight, we're coming from Talladega Super Speedway, 2.66 miles, almost 200 mile per hour action, and we're gone.
And it looks
We're
like
going green.
Will's gonna possibly push Brian to the lead here, and he does.
Brian made that hard charge after that wreck, or getting that penalty. Started from the back, but used that draft to make it up. It's very easy to make up time and space here using the draft. So easy, even I could do it. First two spots are single file, but everything back on there, from back on there, is too wide. We haven't gone total single file yet, so we'll be having some jockey or position.
I'm just, I gotta make a little comment real quick. I'm a little confused. Um, we got Paul Vosberg chiming in the chat saying "Let's go, Boyd," and I'm just a little confused on why the ET Drone Home car is sitting about 4 to 5 laps down right now, not on the track.
As a team, as the
Somebody,
car owner,
somebody's got some explaining to do.
I, I think he's playing a Ricky Bobby kind of deal, and he's over on pit road having some chicken and gonna get an ice cream. Talladega Nights deal going on with Paul Bosberg. Oh, I'm sorry, boss. Your car's sitting on pit road right now, Ethan.
We gotta find somebody else that wants to go fast.
Go fast. I may not eat meat, but I have used shake and bake. on vegetables.
Says the car is done. Give me another one. I gave you two.
The yellow flag is out. We got a wreck somewhere?
I see Tracy Wooten went off the track. So did Bill Kirkstra.
Oh boy. Let's take a look on the replay.
I'm not sure what.
We'll be able to figure out what happened for you folks.
I don't know why it's. We know that that's not where the incident would have happened. There we go. Greg Langford there in that white car gets into it, and man, Andrew involved right there. Similar scenario twice in a row. Car getting turned right into him. Fortunately, I don't think that was going to be too much damage.
Oh, wow. Dana Shepard just got through that, but the car behind him had nowhere to go. Plowed right into him. Yikes. It's like your driver said, car's done, give him another one. I don't know. If you use them all, you get two of them. You already used them already, Paul.
I'm saying,
He gave you two, bud.
how many do I got to give the man?
He gave you two. Derek Donis' way to get around at Shepard, having to go below the apron. I agree. Dana's had a couple incidents, and that one happened right in front of him. The last minute reaction, he does come down under the apron to avoid that. It looks like Brian will give up the lead, come down pit road, which does relinquish it to the 00. Brian did stay out that last time round. So he'd be way out of the pitting cycle of everybody else. Looks like Paul needs 306 cars in order to finish a race.
Well, I can tell you, I think you're gonna have to go find them somewhere else, cause that just ain't gonna happen.
Looks like David Brown has disconnected. So we another casualty of the big ones, plural, not the big one, but the big ones. Has claimed another victim tonight. Looks like David Brown has disconnected. And if you're just tuning in, yeah, sorry folks, I am battling the dreaded sickness, so I'm pushing through. My apologies for my nasalness, I guess, if you want to call it. Working through it. We'll have a chance to take a look at the rundown for you. Keep everybody up to date at home. We had the double O holding up the P1 spot, the 30 Dale Weiser holding up second. Devin Zimmerman making his way back, holding the P3. Dale Power, the 21 machine, lining up in the P4 spot in this restart. Rob Cochran in the 90, going to be holding up position 5. Adam Ritchie in the 6th spot. Jay Donovan, the 38 machine, is in the 7th spot now. Jeremy Gaiman in the 09 is in the 8th. 17, Robert Trask is in the 9th. And Les Bentz, number 68 machine, is in the top 10. Can't follow the ticker along to follow your favorite driver along the top of the screen. There for your convenience to follow along at home. Remember, if you like what you see, subscribe, share it, like it, tell everybody. Everybody loves watching video gaming, even though this is a simulator, but lots of people like watching video games. Pace car is going to be hitting pit road here in a moment. We're going to go back green flag racing. 63 laps and 90. Are we going to see a new winner again this week? Or are we going to see a recurring winner? Stay tuned. The double O brings them to the Geico restart zone. We're going to go green flag.
The
right
Wiser's on the front row. Devin Zimmerman's worked his way up
Good for
to the
him, though.
3rd position. We see some teamwork obviously coming into play there as Will jumped up in front of Dale. Devin's going to try to do his best to spoil that party.
There's a whole hungry pack behind him as well, so there's a whole bunch of people that are trying to come up there to do that quote-unquote spoiling of the party. We got some hard charges coming. Most of them are on the lot line, but that we do have a couple cars trying to make that top line work. You'll get one car shuffled into the middle, so he'll drop back and then fall in, but we do have 2 cars trying to make that on the outside line, the 04 and the 22. That bottom line just sorted itself out, started taking away from that top line. That top line will pretty much fell apart there. The 78 jumped out of the inside line to the top line. 11 at Dustin Scruggs. Scruggs falling in behind him. A lot of cars are coming back out of the line, see if they can get that top line moving. The 11.
Looks like Dale Power got shuffled out of that top line.
Yeah, we're wrecking in the back.
We've got to back this up a bit.
Yeah, a bunch of cars stuck in that one.
See if we can't find a better perspective here on what happened. So we saw that Dale got shuffled out. Adam was to his inside. And Les gets turned across Chuck McDonald.
Yeah, it looks like the top three cars in that line are just hooked up, checked up, and then Corey in behind. So
And Ryan Walter, just looked like he was doing everything right there.
yeah, it had nowhere to go once that 68 car of Benz went up high. It was just spinning.
Yeah, let's
There was
just
nowhere
watch
for
this
Ryan to
here.
go.
And that's really unfortunate. That's just huge damage.
Yeah, especially at a track like this, where aerodynamics is so important. Yeah, unfortunately, he had nowhere to go.
And looks like
Dang.
he does not have a fast repair either. He's sitting
No,
on pit road
yeah,
in
he
his
lost his whole
box.
front clip. Lost the whole front clip too. This 88 of Bill Kirkstra showing a lot of damage. His rear hood is flapping around. Rear deck lid. 69 if Andrew Bisnet gets his lucky dog, so he'll be able to make up a lap here. Chuck McDonald coming out of the pits. He looks pretty clean himself. Greasy Wooten coming out of the pits looking clean. Dana Shepard sitting in the pits taking some optional. I would have to assume that he did definitely use one of his fast repairs earlier in one of the other wrecks, so he'll be trying to use as much time as he can to get as many repairs done as he can. Ryan Walters, after you had mentioned that, looks like he has manually disconnected as well. I hate to see that. It looks like Andrew in the 69 still has some right front clip damage there, so it might affect him a little bit aerodynamically, but not too much if he can stick his nose underneath the back end of someone else's car, be able to get that aerodynamic flow over him, where he might be able to keep the draft. But yeah, going through the field, everybody else looks pretty clean. Not too much damage going through the field.
get ready to try it again.
Gonna say, pace cars coming down pit road, and we are gonna head to the Geico pit restart zone, and we're gonna go racing. Green flag is out. The wiser guys are the wiser guys are out in front.
Jay down on that 38 up there.
Yeah, making his presence known real quick. I like that. Robert Cochran's there. Brian Boyd's showing in 5th. Some strong guys coming right up here into the front.
A lot of guys up there in that top 10 doing really well that we don't normally see. Robert Trask up there. Robert Edgerton.
Christopher Jordan.
We got 3 Roberts in the top 8.
Look at that. Robert. Yes, you do. Looks like the double O decided to go high on that one to stay in front of his dad there. Which gives room for the 78 of Brian Boyd to push the 90. Dustin Scruggs will fall in right behind Brian Boyd for that to see if they can get the bottom line going, which tends to be a little bit faster going into the turns.
And Robert Cochran's our new leader.
Yes, he is.
We saw Dustin move to the back a while ago. He's worked his way back up to the front.
Yeah, he's currently running right behind that 78 Brian Boyd, the DEP Fat Chip Shocks and Accessory Chevy Camaro, pushing the 90. Ford Mustang and Robert Cochran. Looks like, yeah, let me see that paint scheme. I haven't seen him run before. If he has, I didn't pay attention too well. Sorry, bud. U.S. Navy, absolutely, aviation instructor, mechanic.
Oh, really close to there being an issue there between Brian and Robert Cochran.
Yeah, it was a little bit of pushing, a little hard pushing, I think. So they were able to hold it together. He did correct it nice.
If you're not in the top 10 right now and you're in anywhere beyond that, it's pretty much go time. Start finding your way up to the front. 18 laps to go.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of hard pushing. There's going to be a lot of urgency. Things are going to get a little bit more frantic. Things are going to get a little bit more faster, especially in these last laps. There was 73 laps. I like that number, 73. 73 laps left of 90. And people are going to start getting frantic. Really frantic now. Everybody's going to want to go. Everybody wants to be in that top spot, especially on that last lap. Remember, you don't have to lead the most laps to win. You just have to lead the right lap to win. That would be the last one. There's a lot of back and forth here between that top and bottom line. Whoa. If that wasn't cut off, I've ever seen that. There wasn't really much room, but the 30 and the 00 did cut really close to the nose of Robert Cochran in that 90. Kind of forced the 90 to move high. Very bold move and statement made by those, that 00 and the number 30 machine. It looks
Oh,
like the
there it
17 just
is.
turned the 90. The 17 turned the 90, and it just caused everybody behind it to bunch up and nowhere to go. Yeah, 17 got into the 90, and it's just there's nowhere for anybody else to go after that. That collected a lot of cars. I hate to see that for some of them.
Justin just barely avoids getting clipped by Robert in that 90 car.
Take a look at the replay.
Devin Zimmerman having a little bit of involvement in that. Didn't look like it was too bad. He may say otherwise.
Oh yeah, there was just nowhere for anybody to go, and it happens so fast. You don't really have a lot of reaction time. A lot of cars going to come down to the attention of their pit crews, see how much damage they have, see what they can get repaired in the time that they have. 76 laps of 90. Kind of really close here to. For those lead cars, I don't think you wanted to see this right now. You wanted to see a few more green laps before there was a yellow flag at least. Looks like some of those lead cars are staying out. They haven't opted to go in yet. Actually, I could just say who wasn't involved in that wreck. I think it was everybody behind the top 4 to 5, with the exception of a couple people in the back. With 13 left to go, you have the double O holding up the P1 spot. Number 30, second position. 78 of Brian Boyd in third. 11 of Dustin Scruggs barely made it through that. Looked like he has too much damage, as Ethan was pointing out a little earlier. He's coming up in the fourth spot right now. 38, Jay Downham looks like he may have made it through it, holding up the fifth spot. Devin Zimmerman, the 33, is looking at the sixth spot right now with the 22 Ty Bostic in seventh. 21 of Dale Power in eighth. Bob Burlew in the 66 is holding P9. 69 of Andrew Bisnet is in 10th. Jeremy Gaiman in 11th. 74 Christopher Jordan in 12th. Jim Downham 28, 13th. Greg Langford 14th. 07 Machine. The 27 Machine Tracy Wooten in the 15th spot. And then 04 Chuck McDonald in the 16th. David Trumbley in the 17th spot. Robert Edgerton in 18th. Robert Cochran in the 19th. Justin Veldhausen, the 20th spot. Dana Shepard in the 21st. Bill Kirkstrom, the 22nd. Adam Ritchie in the 23rd spot. 17 Machine Robert Trask in the 24th. In the 68th, I'm showing Les Benz 7 laps down. And then Ryan Walters after that. Everybody else has disconnected from Ryan Walters on back. So that's your running order as of right now with 12 laps to go. Pace car will be coming in on the pit road. Get going here again at the Geico restart zone.
All right, people, over under. 2 more cautions. What are we thinking?
Put that out into the YouTube land. Over under. What do you think? 2 more cautions. Are going to be more than 2 or less than 2? Love
Janelle
to hear.
says under. Paul says 3. Daniel says 2 more.
Oh, what we're seeing. We're going green flag. As expected, the 30 and the 00 do jump out to take over that first and second spot. Behind him, Brian Boyd, Dustin Scruggs. They're going to be jockeying back and forth. See if we can get that spot. We're going to work together. So stay in that low line with the 30 and the 11. It's tight from there on back. Third on.
Quite a mess back here.
I have to agree because everybody's feeling that the anxiousness and they want to go. They gotta get to the front. There's 10 laps to go. So that's how everybody's feeling right now. So you can feel the intensity. You can feel the excitement in them just through their driving styles. Some people are going to be like, I need to get to the front. Some people are like, maybe I don't want to win that bad. Let's see what happens. And maybe the whole field wrecks and I can cut it through, make it through, and get a top spot or a podium or something like that. So it's getting very, very forceful, I feel, out there. Either you're going to go or you're going to the back. That's the mentality of some of the guys. Either you're going or you're going to the back. A lot of been a longer than normal race. So, guys feeling, fatigue starting to set in. Do you have enough stamina to go that extra 9 laps? They're moving. They realize how many laps are left. They got their spotter and their crew chief yelling at them every lap that goes by. Yep, we got Rob Cochran on the wall, the 28. Kind of put the 90 up there. And he kept on going. He kept it straight. Oh, and then we got the 74 spun around. Another caution. So there's one. There's one. That all started with the 28 and the 90. And I think everybody else after that was kind of checking up. And then 74 got collected in that as well.
We're on the wrong incident right there. Let's get ourselves on the right one.
already started before them. Everybody's getting collected up.
Chris just may have put his car where there just wasn't room.
Looks like, yeah, looks like a little bit of both. Yeah, you got tapped from behind, someone didn't let up. You hate to see it. Well, he may be one of the lucky few that had a fast repair left. We'll find out if he goes in.
Make it a surprise and let him come into view, see who comes in. Dale Power, Robert Cochran, Chris Jordan, Robert Trask.
Doesn't appear that Chris Jordan would be using a fast repair. Still sitting there. Trask machine. He's taking his repairs as well. Well, looks like if they do, maybe they do have one and they're saving it. We'll see. There could be another one. Still 7 laps to go. 5 once we go green flag again. Keep an eye on pit road. Chris Jordan is down and away with some repairs done to his 74 DEP machine. Trask, Robert Trask with the 17 machine is still sitting on pit road, getting some of his repairs. The pace car is coming through the tri-oval now. Well, it's time to get stacked up again. The pace car's lights have come off. And we're going to get reset to do this again. Derek Donna pulling for his guy Shepard in that 44 purple machine. Saying that top 10 for Shepard isn't too far-fetched, so let's go 44. Dana Shepard getting his support out there. Daniel Parent saying one last push, DEP Racing, let's go. So fans out there pushing for DEP Racing. Sure, all these teams and sponsors love the support out there, so thank you very much for showing the love and support.
All right, we're going to have 5 laps to go. We are back at it. Green flag. It's going to take a lot of effort to get past those risers.
Yeah, I was just going to say that as the green flag came out, you could tell Yellow was looking for the 30 to fall in right behind him, which did happen, and a whole bunch of shuffling in the back to try to see who we can get to come up past them with 4 laps to go.
It's a pretty big move there by Tremblay to move to the outside, but Brian just decided that he wasn't ready to ride behind him.
If there's anything that would be able to be done, that would be the 33 to 78 and the 11. Try to work together to get around the first and second place car. We got 3 laps to go to see who's going to make the move and when they're going to make the move. So far, they're staying there on the low line.
If you're some of these cars in the back, you gotta go to the outside. You can't waste any more time.
Yeah, it's time to go.
It's gonna take time. There we go. There goes Dustin.
Yep, Dustin. I think he's
people. You gotta go with. People gotta go with him.
Time to go now.
You ain't gonna win it. You ain't gonna win it riding in that bottom line.
You're gonna have to get behind that guy and push him as hard as you can. This is almost like a Cale Knott and Ricky Bobby kind of situation. Second place and first place.
That outside line needs more help.
Yeah, and the help would be with the 33, Devin Zimmerman and Brian Boyd of the 78, but they're stuck there on the low line. Well, the 33, I think.
2 to go.
There.
Jim just can't get sucked up to the back of the number 22 Ty Bostic to give them any help. Oh, we got
a wreck in the back.
Oh, we got a wreck. We're gonna have a green-white checker.
No, and you know that double row in the 30 didn't want to see that, but everybody else behind him definitely wanted to see something like that happen. So things are going to get interesting here. We're on the first green-white checkered attempt. There was hard racing in the back.
Incident there just between Adam and David Tremblay. David loses control and collects Chuck McDonald, who collects Adam.
Looks like he got to push a little too hard. Got squirrely, but then entirely lost it. And when he went to the red, he had no... Unfortunately, the 04 just got collected into it. Oh, and then you see that. Yeah, ultimately the 2 had nowhere to go either.
All right, so we're gonna get to find out who learned something from that. If you're 3rd, 4th, 5th in that inside line. I would. I don't know if that's the place where I would want to be. The only way you're gonna pass those two guys up there is if they make a mistake.
Even I can feel it. There's a lot of tension, a lot of anxiety out there right now. The lap car gets his lap back on that one. What's it gonna be and what's it gonna take? Come out on top. Talladega Super Speedway for the Tyler Daniels Racing Next Gen Series. It's been a wild one so far. We've had a lot of yellow flags and a lot of proverbial big ones. And we're on our first green-white checkered flag if you're just tuning in for a two-car incident, which ended up involving a third car. We're going with green flag. Stand by. Pace car's gonna get down in. Once we get that white flag, no more yellows after that though. So it's grip on that wheel and hold on.
Expect to see the same kind of move. Will probably going to go up in front of Dale.
Then bring him back down to the low line. Try to protect that low line. They have to expect there's going to be a push somehow, some way with this extra chance for a lot of these drivers. So it'll be interesting to see if they're going to hold the low line or will they do anything at all costs to protect each line.
They almost have to just at this point you almost have to have 3 or 4 cars all behind the Wisers, all just bail to the outside to break those two up as good as they're doing.
Geico, Geico restart zone, and we're going to go back. First green white checkered attempt. See if we can get a winner. And there's that move that exactly what you said was going to
They
happen to
timed that
happen.
restart just right to get Dale back in. That was definitely planned.
Let's see if there's anybody else behind him. They can do.
There,
There
there's
goes the
there's
11.
there's the
There
look
goes
to
the
the outside.
78.
Brian's going with him.
Yep. There goes everybody. Looks like everybody's going to go with them.
Jeremy's
We
going
got
too. Devin's going too. This is what they got to do. Oh no, Devin dropped back down to the bottom.
They did. Won't be enough.
Big push. It's not enough to clear both Brian and Dustin yet, but at what point are they someone gonna drop to the bottom?
Oh, and the double O got loose. A little bit. Looked like there was a bobble.
Brian's looking to the bottom. Dustin.
30s all over the back end of that double O. And you know they know how to push each other well.
Outside line is not organized right now.
Well,
Big push from
big
Will.
push from Will.
He's gonna
To the
force
back
he's
end.
gonna force Brian out. Yep, there it is. Oh
Yeah.
no. Oh my goodness.
That was really close racing there at the end. Very, very close racing at the end.
Trying to get a you can see here, Will was pushing him really hard and you know, it may have made Brian go up a lane, which was, wise, I guess, on Will's part to where he was able to get to the inside. And
Yeah.
you know,
It almost looks
Brian
like,
at that point was just hugging him really hard.
so yeah, there was not much room in between them because they're both holding their line. This is where I wanted to see. It looks like the 30 gets into the back of the 78. For just from my vantage point, just looking. It looks like the 30 gets into the back of the 78 just a little bit. Which sends everybody evenly far behind.
So we actually only had one green white checker, and
Yeah.
Devin Zimmerman ended up with the win.
You see Devin Zimmerman with the win. Dana Shepard came. Looks like Dana Shepard came in second. Third, Dale Weiser. Well, that was a very, very, very intense last two laps for certain. No loss of excitement here in this race. Many cautions.
So a lot of people would say they'd rather be lucky than good. So what's your thoughts tonight, Devin?
Hey, how's it going, fellas? Lucky. Because there is no good at super speedways. It's all luck. And I'll take what little bit I got tonight.
Well, you definitely had a fair amount of bad luck, and then it finally turned around there at the end. I think that made up for everything that you had to deal with in the first half of the race.
Yeah, what was it at the just the checking up at the beginning in that middle run this put me in a bad spot and I just got ran in from behind. Kind of saw what was happening in front of me and how they were wanting to race and just basically covering for each other. The double 030 and the 11. So I was trying to give them room, and then there was a big checkup, and then I just got ran in from behind. Nothing any of us could do. It was just guys trying to cover for each other and causing accordion effects. But yeah, at the end, I saw how the 30 and the double zero were playing the restarts, and I knew I just had to get to the bottom and then just ride behind either whoever was in front of me, just ride there. And then I figured, it would work out for the best. And then once they shuffled Boyd out of line, I saw he was pinching him hard, and I knew that was not going to be good. So I just held the yellow the whole time, and it worked out.
Well, like I said, right place at the right time. I mean, you still had to get yourself up in that position, and then let that bit of luck take the rest of what was necessary to find yourself with another win on the season.
Yeah, I take it. First one since Michigan, way back at the beginning. So nice to get another one, but yeah, it was not easy. I don't really like super speedways, and they tend to not like me back. So, but I'll take this one. It's nice to get it when I can, and again, a lot of guys were running different strategies, and they were playing out really well for them. It just happened that holding the yellow line at the end was the best one.
Absolutely. Well, congrats, Devin. I know that you're not a big super speedway fan, but it's still nice to get a win regardless and enjoy it. And we will catch you next week.
Yeah, man, appreciate it.
Yeah.
And big shout out to Honey Press, my wife's store. You can check her out online, www.honeypress-nc.com. Stationery products, pens, paper, notebooks, cards for the holidays. She has a bunch of new Christmas cards in. And was it Hanukkah cards, Kwanzaa cards, all of that for the holidays coming up. Even found a couple of Thanksgiving cards. So she has a couple of those in stock. But yeah, feel free to check those out. She ships all across the country, so no matter where you are, she'll be able to ship to you. And yeah, big shout out to Anime again. I got was it one win with Cowboy Bebop, and then this one with One Piece. So happy I could get it done with both of the anime schemes that I'm going to run this season.
It sounds like you might need to run some more. It seems to work.
That's a lot of painting for a lot of races. I don't know if I can do that. I got one with One Piece, one or was it one with Cowboy Bebop, one with One Piece. Maybe the playoffs will change it up again. We'll see.
All right, Devin. All right, have a good one.
Appreciate it.
Congratulations, man.
All right, let's grab our second place finisher.
Man, a newcomer. I like seeing newcomers podium.
Hey, Dana, it's the guys in the booth. You got us?
Hey, I got you. How are you guys?
Hey, doing good. Obviously, first we want to welcome you to TDR and give you a congrats on a strong second place finish, getting on the podium here at Talladega. And I know it was a bit of a rocky race at times, but you can forget all that now with a strong finish.
Oh yeah, well, I'm glad to be here. I got to thank Brian Boyd for inviting me over here. I needed a next gen league to be in, so this keeps me fresh on that. And this it was an interesting race for the first time. I was trying to learn quite a lot.
Well, we
Yeah,
saw you get into a couple wrecks, so you know obviously you're able to learn something from being back in that position to be able to, take some knowledge and you're able to move yourself up towards the front.
Yeah, well, I spent quite a bit of time in the next gens here. I've done Talladega quite a bit, so I was sort of anticipating a different kind of style of racing here. So when I first started, I didn't know what people were going to do, and once I kind of picked up on it and gave people some room, I really started picking up some speed.
I absolutely always love seeing a New England boy up there on the podium. So, hey, heck of a strong run tonight. You were definitely my one of my top picks to come and win this race because it's just my experience and knowing in other leagues and what you've done and accomplished in other leagues. So, hey, welcome to TDR, Dana. Great run tonight on a second place finish. It's got to feel really good, and it's a good place to keep your chops up, that's for sure. So, welcome to the family, and glad to have you here. Congrats again on a second place finish.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you very much, guys. It was a great finish there. I feel bad for Brian. I kind of wanted to get to his bumper to help him. He's running for the championship, so hopefully we'll make that up.
Right on. Well, it takes a team, so no worries. I'm sure things will evolve. You get your feet wet here, learn how everybody's driving styles, and things will come around really soon. So, really happy to have you here.
Well, thank you guys. Got to thank my sponsor DEP for keeping my paints going and keeping us driving on. So I'll be back next week.
Oh, we'll see you next week. Stay safe, please.
I will. Thank you.
All right, you're welcome.
All right, so it looks like Dustin is not available to chat with us um, for that third place finish. We got Dale Weiser finished fourth. We can pull him in. I'll let you take it away here, Josh.
Hey, Dale, Josh, and Ethan in the booth. You got us?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey, man. Well, hey, strong run tonight there. It seemed like you and the double O Will had a great strategy there with the restarts being in first and second and just falling in really quick behind and pushing hard. You had a huge pack behind you running for that position. So tell me a little bit about what happened there. Like, run through what happened at the end. There was some
Yeah,
tight racing there.
yeah. I feel on the backstretch, Boyd, who had the lead, blocked Will high, and then started to block him low, but he didn't get him. He didn't get down in time, and Will got the bottom. And I guess you were calling that an aggressive side draft, but it was it was a little strange how close he was on the outside.
That was
I
side
think,
drafting is really, really strong with these cars. So them on the trucks I noticed. So you can really pull up momentum, keeping close and side drafting for sure.
yeah, it looks like though when you get that close, it's going to be like net code or something, and then they went into the wall. But I think if Boyd would have just stayed on the outside, normal side draft, I think Zimmerman pulls up down the front stretch, and they got a legit shot to win the race. But it didn't happen. So then I lost momentum, and I think Scruggs and a couple other guys got me there in the trioval.
Yeah, it was still a heck of a strong finish for you. Glad to see you. And I hope you have a good race next weekend as well. Ethan, you got anything for him?
Just obviously, just showed continue success out here in the TDR Next Gen Cup Series as we get closer and closer to the playoffs. So we know that you're going to be a strong contender once we get to that point. And keep doing what you're doing with these good finishes.
Yeah, thanks for the broadcast. I like the car count today. Hopefully that keeps up. And is it when you get in the playoffs? Is it when to advance or no?
To my knowledge, once the playoffs start, it is not when to advance.
All right, then I think me and Will won't have a chance in the playoffs. We have a vacation in January, so I think I missed 2 races and he misses 1.
All right.
But,
Well,
yep,
hopefully we'll still have you see success regardless.
yep. All right, we'll see you guys Tuesday.
All right. See ya.
Absolutely. Take care. Be
Yep,
safe.
take it easy. I called it aggressive side drift.
All right, so that is gonna call it for us tonight, and I want to thank everybody that came out, and uh, appreciate it as always. Hopefully, everyone enjoyed the race tonight. A
Absolutely.
lot
Always
of
fun calling the shots with you, Ethan.
chaos and things of that nature. So it's kind of what we expect to see here at Talladega, pretty much every week, and we'll be looking forward to the race next week, which is going to be. Let's take a double check real quick. The Charlotte Roval. So we got a road course next week. So that'll be a little. That'll definitely be a mix up on what we've been watching here lately. It looks it's our first road course of the weekend, and we'll see who wants to come out and show who's got the road course speed. So, um, as always, congrats to all of our top finishers. Congrats to Devin on getting the win. And Josh, thank you again, as always, for coming out and helping with the broadcast. I know you enjoy it a lot, but I still want to thank you anyway.
Oh, yeah, you're very welcome. No problem. Glad to be here. Thanks again for giving me the opportunity and the chance. I learn a lot, and it's fun to broadcast alongside you. So I hope you have a great week, and everybody on YouTube land, be safe, be well, and drink your orange juice because, man, don't catch this thing. This thing's nasty. Nasty.
We did have one little request, real quick, of
Do we?
the point of Devin um, getting the win.
Oh, yeah, because it did
So
focus on the accident, didn't it?
we were looking at the accident, and
Sorry about that, folks.
yep,
Yeah, I think you can do that, can you?
yeah, we can. It'll take.
Hooray.
Bear with us just a moment, and we'll get that. That is our mistake. I was so focused on the wreck, thinking that we were going to have more green-white checkers, that we didn't
Yeah,
even get the point
yeah,
of that.
yeah.
So
Yeah, sorry about that, Tina. Yeah, give us a second. We'll definitely do that for you.
yeah, it'll take a moment to get back to that point here. Let's see.
And my apologies. Usually I'm right on top of everything going on in YouTube land.
I want to think that it was. Let me see if I go to this right here, and then go to Devin's camera. It should be.
And them clouds are moving like a hurricane's coming through.
Is this where? I want to go to Devin now. And back this up now. I want to go to the point of the wreck too, so that way we can. Okay, here we are. So here's the. So the caution had not come out yet, or there was no caution at that point. So
Right. There you go, fans. Sorry about that.
there it was.
Yep, and the 44 got right behind the 33 and said, see you later.
They definitely dropped the ball on that one tonight.
Look at nice
Thought
finish. Look
thought
at that.
thought for sure that they had thrown a caution on that one, but it is there to see. Just took us a little bit to get that. All right, so with all that, thanks everybody, and we will see you throughout the week for the typical racing on the channel, and then next week for the Roval. Hope you all have a good night.